Welcome to Faces Friday. Thanks so much for joining me. I've been thinking a lot about the power of learning walks and talks and how important it is as system leaders and as school leaders and teachers together, walking to look for evidence of students' growth and achievement. And so when I think about learning walks and talks, I'm also thinking about walking in classrooms without the students being there. So I've called them ghost walks. And we're going to talk today about what's a ghost walk. So a ghost walk is when we're collecting data before the beginning of our staff meeting or before the beginning of our PLC time together, when we walk with someone else, a colleague, a system leader, a consultant, and look for evidence of what we've been studying, what we've been researching, what our focus is in our school improvement plan, or what's our watermark in our system plan. And while we're walking with a colleague, we're also talking about the evidence that we're recording. So a ghost walk is without students. We're walking in classrooms looking for evidence that may be the assessment waterfall chart that's on page 124 in Clarity. So we're looking at components of that assessment waterfall chart. Or we may be looking at evidence of student thinking in the rooms, in our classrooms, but also in our learning spaces in our schools. So for me, when we walk in pairs and look for one specific thing that we've been studying and discussing, we record the evidence that we're noticing. And then what's really important as well is to leave a warm, fuzzy note about what you're noticing. So giving some specific, descriptive feedback about what you're noticing in the classroom on a Post-it note. So leaving a message behind. And then the pairs all return to the staff meeting room or the room you're meeting in and share what their observations were in the school. What we've been looking at in terms of assessment literacy, for example, or high impact instructional strategies, whatever our focus is during our professional learning sessions. And then when we get together, we not only talk about what we saw, but we also think about what we saw in terms of the impact on our own teaching. And were there any classrooms there that we could really go back and learn from that teacher? Maybe it might be the next step to push us in our thinking. So I've thought a lot about ghost walks to collect evidence of student learning, student thinking, assessment literacy, and also very positive Casper the ghost, that friendly ghost, some notes that give feedback to teachers in a very positive, constructive way. So join in with your colleagues in doing ghost walks and leaving Casper the Ghost notes. Thank you so much for joining me on this Faces Friday, and we'll see you next Friday.